Hi. Yeah, back in the building 24 hours later. And let's just all start by saying, dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down. It was a very, very fun night of boxing yesterday. And it was kind of, it was epic because we were flicking through 2 channels. And you know, the nicest thing is, next month we'll be flicking through 3 channels because I know Eurosport's putting on shows as well. No, 4 channels. Eurosport is doing with the Pro Bellum. Then you've got the Wasserman on Channel 5. Then you've got Sky and you've got DAZN. And potentially we'll have all 4 stations showing boxing at the same time.
That's 5, Spence. Not
no, 4.
Eurosports, Channel 5.
Yep.
DAZN, BT, and Sky.
I didn't mention BT.
Why are you mentioning BT?
I didn't mention BT. Because you're on BT. You know, BT slave, right? Because you're on BT.
Because BT.
I didn't mention BT. I didn't mention BT. BT's got one humongous show next month.
Listen to me. You have to mention BT because it stands for Baba Tunde.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't stand for Baba Tunde. It stands for Bubu Tunde.
You start already.
That's right.
So don't try disregard BT Sports.
No,
BT
I'm not disregarding BT Sport. No, listen to what I'm saying.
Hold on, BT. We got Zach Parker. We got
that's a big show. That's a big show. Can't lie.
Zach Parker.
I cannot lie and say that Zach Parker fight ain't big because that is a big boy fight, and I'm so. Let me come mash up my microphone in it. And I'm so looking forward to that fight. I ain't lying to you. Yes, that fight there, that's going to be a serious fight.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney is in the building. It's at Pride Park. So you know it's going to be a humongous event. And you got the one and only TF and the DW, Tyson Fury and Dylan White. Wembley Stadium. Another stadium fight in the space of, I don't know, 1 month? So it's a great time for BT. So don't try to disregard BT like we ain't.
No, disregard. No, here we go. Tunde just can't help himself, you know. Especially if he start put bleach on his teeth. As everyone else noticed that Tunde's teeth are looking very white. Seriously, just press number 1 in the comment section if you could tell me that Tunde's teeth aren't looking whiter. I said, Tunde, what you think? You getting the whitening things here? Nah. Tunde showed me domestos, bro. He's rubbing his teeth at night time with domestos.
Bro, I didn't call you Tesla. My old school brethren that we grew up with. Bro, you seen the pictures. You know me from school. My teeth have always been like this. Before bleaching teeth come out, my teeth have always been white. I brush them every day, twice a day, 3 times a day.
You've been bleaching the teeth, bro.
There you go. Bro, hate is not a good thing, you know. Chrissy Blue, defend it for me. Thank you. Mine Marshy says she knows. She's known me from school. I've always been like this. Don't try to spread no bad propaganda
about my mastery strategy. Black magic is working, bro. No, I'm joking.
Come on. Man saying that Tunde went to Turkey. Bro, don't see what I'm saying. You're putting bad lies out there. But anyway, let's continue with the show and let's get rid of our weekly banter as we do. But maybe we won't get rid of it, but we just won't deal with it at this precise moment. It was, as you said, it was a great event last night. A great showing for boxing, real boxing, not no YouTube, no nonsense, man, just disrespecting the sport in one way. Josh Warrington. Fantastic performance last night. Regaining. Is it regain? Because did he have the IBF?
Yeah, he did. He had the IBF before.
Yeah.
Then he got stripped to the crown.
Yes.
Right. But then he lost that fight. And then because at the time the IBF said that man wasn't worthy of challenging for the title, right? And it was like, oh well, Josh Warrington, you now have to go back and fight Kid Galahad again. He said, listen, man, I had life and death with that brother. And he's not bringing no big piece right now. I don't want that fight. Quite rightly so. I don't blame him. Say he don't want that fight. I don't want that fight. Didn't take the fight. They stripped him of the crown. He goes in. He goes and fights against the Mexican brother. Mexican brother stops him. Then they had the rematch, and in the rematch, it was a no contest, isn't it?
What, the rematch? Oh yeah, because of the headbutts.
Headbutt, no contest, right? Yes. Then they said, right. So what's Josh gonna do? Then Jazza Dickens and Kid Galahad, they clash, and Kid Galahad box out of his skin.
Yeah, excuse me, Spence. Someone just said Spencer's gonna get copyrighted because you're showing fights on the TV.
Dude, what are you talking about? Copyright?
JJ just said that. I don't know how.
I'll just take that off then.
Yeah, please.
That's what's on in the background, bro.
Don't try to mash up the Snapchat money, bro. Don't try to mash up the Snapchat money. We don't want no copyright. Yeah, you understand, Gary? We don't want no copyright infringements because he's there showing off with fights in the background. Old time Bobby Wright, thank you for the 449, the first Snapchat. Bobby must have heard us.
Bobby Wright.
Bobby must have heard us.
And Bobby, we appreciate you. All right, I want man to just recognize that we appreciate you, bro.
All day, every day. Old tight late show. Tunde looking like the British Leonard Ellaby. Come on, but the British stroke Nigerian or Nigerian stroke British. Tunde Ajayi. Don't try to bring me no Leonard Ellaby. Leonard Ellaby don't look like me,
bro. Listen, let me tell you this now. I taught Leonard Ellaby how to dress, bro, and that's that.
I hope so.
Right, remember when you got us in at the Peacock? What was that? That's 12, 13 years ago now. When Floyd did his public workout at the Peacock Gymnasium, and Tunde phoned me, said, "You coming down, Spence?" And I come down. You know what we did that day. You know
we got Jermaine. We had to make Jermaine. I got Jermaine Defoe. No,
exactly. Jermaine Defoe couldn't get in, and we got him in round the back.
Imagine.
All right,
then. Thing works. I remember. Man said it's not called Super Chat. It's not called. It's called Super Chat, not Snapchat. No,
we know that.
It's Snapchat. Me and Spencer give it that name, Snapchat. So don't worry about that. We're not following no script.
Not at all.
But yeah, going back to Josh Warrington, you were saying that Jazza Dickens and Kid Galahad fought for it. Galahad there became the IBF world champion. Subsequently, fought Kiko Martinez and was brutally stopped with an overhand right.
Yeah, in a fight that was winning. But you know what? This is what I gotta say. We have to give Eddie Hearnage props on this one here. You know why? Because we know, and this is no disrespect to Pat Barrett because he's my guy. Zolfa Barrett, he knows I got nothing but love for him. I don't believe that Zolfa Barrett won that fight against Kiko Martinez, even though there's that super feather. But I thought it was fitting that they brought him back and they put him in a world title shot, and everyone was looking at this fight like, why is he getting this? Why is he getting this world title shot? Why is he getting this world title shot? And the man came in and he was getting beaten, but he bit down his gum shield and he was defiant because he came to get that victory. So, and he got it. So we have to props him. And also last night, just go back and watch the watch along right now and listen to the commentary by Tunde Ajayi and how animated he was. Usually Tunde can hype up anything, but the hype that was delivered yesterday wasn't hype. It was rightfully and truly deserved for both fighters. They put in a tremendous fight last night, and it was excellent for British boxing.
Trust me, excellent. And Jermaine Williams says, "Why are we overshadowing the headbutts?" And it's not really overshadowed because I was saying it. I was saying it in the live.
Listen. There was so much headbutts in that fight. Lloyd Hannigan, the former undisputed world welterweight champion, who beat Donald Curry September of 1986, would have been proud. Because Lloyd was very, very industrial with the head when he'd throw his shots.
But is that his style? Does he always fight like that, though, Spence? Is he known for? Because I mean, if I can remember quite rightly, the Lara fight. Lara was complaining about the head from the fight start.
You know what it is? I don't think he's deliberately coming in with the head.
Yes.
I think it's more to the fact that he's coming in with the head to protect his chin from getting caught in a shot.
Yes, stylistic.
That's what I believe. That's what I'll put it down to him being I don't know, wary of him getting caught on the chops. So we come in with his head, and he cups it with his stance. He cups it in and comes in.
Suffice to say, the echo business start again, Spence.
What echo business? How can the phone be echoing when like?
No, I can hear the echo. Serious.
Can the crowd hear it? Tell me if you can hear it, because all I got to do is turn down my microphone. Then I will turn down my mic.
Because I can definitely hear feedback. Gary says, "Keep going."
Keep going. Right. Okay. All right. Can you hear it now?
Echo.
Still echoing.
Cornell XX1 says echo.
All right, 1 second. Could be my mic. We'll just double check. We'll just go into the audio.
Maybe you got YouTube open. Have you got YouTube open, Spence?
No, not on my phones, no. No, on the TV, but it's boxing. It's not our show.
No, someone saying it's Tunde. How can it be Tunde? What? Why can it be Tunde? Why? I don't have nothing on.
It's because you're Nigerian.
I don't have nothing on. I'm gonna turn down. Nigerians are running the place right now, so don't even say that, because Richard RIAKPORHE is a Niger. If you didn't know, AJ is a Niger.
Wait there, I want to know. Like,
he's a Niger.
Wait 1 second. 1 second. Wait there.
Right now, fam.
Seeing as adjust automatically.
It's you. It's absolutely you. It's
1 second.
You.
Is it echoing now? Is it echoing now?
It stopped now.
It stopped.
Sorted now.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not get into that cultural debate.
No. 1 second. Let's have. I'm saying this.
Definitely Spencer. You see, the people are saying it was you, Spencer. It was definitely you.
Maybe it was.
Echoing again. What's this from Gary? Yeah. We can see. Anyway. We don't want to continue with no long talking, because on the line in the show, we have the one, the only South London's finest. That's the title you're getting now, Rich. South London's finest, the midnight train, Richard RIAKPORHE.
Press the button, son. Now you have to turn it up. We can't hear it, bro. Turn it up.
Wait, you can't hear it? Hold on. Wait, let me turn this up. Wait.
Thank you very much. Press it one more time. Thank you very much.
How you doing, Rich?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm good still, man. Just chilling. I just come to pick up one of my family members at the airport. And
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had to jump on the show, you get me?
So what were they better come in to watch the fight yesterday and got a late flight?
Yeah.
I know. Typical Nigerians, isn't it?
Yeah. You know the vibes.
Definitely. But listen.
Just joking. There's no racial divide here. We're all one family.
Listen. How do you assess your performance last night, Rich? And how do you feel?
Yeah, I think I think I could have done a bit better. You know what I mean? I'm a harsh critic to myself.
Somebody press the button. I beg you, press the button.
I said that on the show. I said exact words.
Yeah, a lot of people say, yeah, I did excellent, whatever, and I was patient, but I just, there were some shots I was trying to get off. But to be fair, Leon is very tricky. Very tricky. He's elusive. He's there, but he's not there at the same time. His footwork goes, it's crazy. It's like he was going in and out of stances and stuff sometimes. It's weird. But it was good, because obviously you can see what I was trying to do, man. I was just lining them up for the shot. And yes. We landed it. That was the main thing. I wasn't even trying to box with him after a while. It was just no point.
What I noticed, and what I was at when you messaged me, when we messaged each other this morning, I was actually going to go into it. I can see that the way it looks to me is that you're trying to implement, or it's like you're learning so much daily that when you're actually in the ring, you're trying to. It's like you're thinking of the job. You want this thing to be clinical and classy,
Yeah.
I was saying, bro, Rich, just go in there. When you dropped him, I was like, bro, just go there, bang this brother out. But it shows a lot of maturity that you're not, because listen, the less you get hit, the longer you last in the sport of boxing.
Absolutely.
And I can see that you're a young, studious man trying all the things you're being taught by Angel Fernandez. And listen, you're winning, you're coming out there healthy, you're dropping your parents or you're picking up family members the next day with no bumps and bruises on your face. So that's what it is. And tell us a bit about, the relationship you have with Angel and how that's going.
Yeah, the relationship with Angel is great. Angel is obsessed with boxing. He's a proper obsessive. He's always watching. He's just like Spence, just like you, Tunde. He's just always
Stop 1 second. Nobody's like me. That's a disrespect.
This guy is unbelievable. Carry on, Spence. Carry on, Rich.
I'm joking, Rich. Continue, bro.
Boxing historian, and that's how I refer to Spence. But you see, Angel, he knows about so many different types of fighters, different style of fighting, and he tells me to watch like Latin fighters, American fighters. Never used to do that, but now I really follow like fighters like Finito Lopez, fighters like Julio Cesar, Chavez, yeah, all them different type of styles, and it's all about just picking some things because they might help you with your style, help you to think in different ways, help you to add to your game in different ways, and I just see what they're doing, same as Canelo, all these different fighters, man. So it's really interesting, and every time I'm seeing him on the social, I'm seeing him on Snapchat, he's always got boxing up. And me as a professional fighter, I wasn't even watching boxing at a time. I was chatting to Spence. Spence is telling me about fighters. I'm like, bro, I don't even know any of the fighters that he mentioned. Like, and it's embarrassing. I'm supposed to be a professional fighter. So when I started watching the boxing more and more, and I started to realize, it's like it's in your subconscious mind. It's like
there you go.
To react different ways.
Talk of the thing, please.
Spence told me back in the days, I don't even know if you remember Spence, but you told me to leave boxing on in the background. I never forgot about that. I leave boxing on in the background now, even if I'm not even watching it. You hear things, you hear certain things, and it just
don't tell them too much secrets.
Yeah.
Don't tell them, bro. Don't tell them, bro. These are probably secrets that you're letting go.
Yeah.
Now, end of the day, that's a massive compliment, because I remember when I told you that's when you came down to Sky, and you was on ringside toe to toe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember saying, "Nah, Rich, these are the things that you have to go do." Like, that ain't no big secret, because like in my house right now, there's boxing on in the background. You know what I mean? Yeah. You go upstairs, boxing on the background. My missus gets sick and tired of it. My son gets sick and tired of it. Wait there, Amari, you done your setup yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Every day my son's 10. Every day he does 15 minutes setup straight.
Love that.
You know what I mean? And he's so when my son now can say like, oh, but daddy knows this guy, knows that guy. Now he can look on the Adonis looking. I don't know how you get your body. I don't know how you get down to the weight, Rich. You're gonna be a heavyweight, You do realize
100%, man. Yeah. I you know what? The good thing is I got a decent nutritionist, and they keep a track of me, on the weight. So we do it properly. And then when we come in the ring, like, we're massive compared to these guys. That's how it should be, to be fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're massive compared to these guys. But when you see a Cody jump in the ring, after he's weighed in, he looks like he's a heavyweight, and really he is.
Yes.
He really is. And the ones that we're fighting against, they're like light heavyweights with a bit of muscle mass or cruiserweights, just standard cruiserweights. You know what I'm saying? That's why we can bully these guys physically.
Now that you've alluded or mentioned a Coley, is that a fight that you can see yourself having in the future, or in the near future?
Yeah, absolutely. I think obviously what we wanted to do is get a world title and do unification and build up properly. So we walk away, both of us winning.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Love that.
That's a big fight. Everybody knows we're going to be throwing our hands. There's going to be there's a lot on the line, There's glory, there's bragging rights. You know what I mean? He believes he's the best. I believe I'm the best. And it's a proper scrap. You know what I'm saying? It's a proper scrap, and it's bound to be a knockout. Somebody has to get knocked out.
Come on.
People are gonna
Come
love
on.
to. People are gonna love to see that. You know what I mean? But
And
we
he's
have
an
to make
East
sure
man as
that-
well. So, you know,
And he's
he's
an
an
East
East.
boy. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to deal with that matter proper.
That's what I'm trying to say. South
Bro.
versus East. It'll be a mad thing. Everybody will come out for that. But it's a thing
Yeah.
where we have to make sure that we are looked after.
Yes.
And you know what I mean. We have
Yes,
to, we have
absolutely.
To we're getting our what we deserve, isn't it?
As I've always said to you, Richard, the name of the game is being smart. You know,
Yeah.
securing yourself and your family
Absolutely.
financially, not just being someone that's pleasing the fans before they please themselves. You understand? Because at the end of the day, when your career is over, you know, you'll be forgotten about within 20 minutes.
Trust me. And this is what I want to say.
man.
If a fight did ever happen between you and Lawrence Okoli, yeah, would it be a battle of who makes the best obolende suya? Or who
This guy's mad, you know.
or who has the
Bro,
best
this
pepper
guy is
sauce?
a girls.
Who has the best pepper soup? Because Tunde's pepper soup's fire, you know.
Pound the jam and egusi, bro.
Nah,
Yes,
let
sir.
me tell you this.
That's his taking that.
Can I just
got-
say, go
Yeah.
on, go on.
I've got a picture of Tunde when he used to make pounded jam back in the day, you know. I lick his 5 fingers.
Back in the day, what you stopped?
Nah, you know,
Hey,
Tunde's
you don't know,
Tunde's
especially
posh
don't know nothing. You know,
Tunde's posh, he's Snapchat Waitrose. Them days are over. Living in the penthouse. Tunde's sold out, bro.
Don't knock it. Me and Richard, we go third space sometimes, so we're popping in Waitrose afterwards. But no
Yeah,
worries,
yeah,
like,
it's true, though.
when it comes down to it, we're down Old Kent Road, 805, doing the thing.
Quickly.
But,
Salute to 805. Come on.
what I was also gonna say, Rich, I'm on a personal note, I'm very proud of you because, you know,
Thank you.
coming from the same environment that we have come from and actually being strong enough to mentally take yourself away from that thinking, not necessarily disconnecting yourself from the area or everything, like, because we all know the man that we still got about mentally taking yourself and representing South London, you know, Albany Road man them, the estate man them, Wolf Road man them, in a way that you really have to be proud of. You know, I heard your interview on Sky Sports prior to and even this morning, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart that you're repping and continue
brother.
to keep doing what you're doing because, you know, I say, you know, you always say to me, Unks, we're following your thing, but, you know, as a young person, you know, young people that come from your area, seeing you, it's inspiration for them. And it's inspiration for me. So not only are you inspiring the young, you're also inspiring the older. And I think that's what's more important than just putting on the gloves. You know, it's the legacy you're going to leave after you finish and the legacy you're leaving now. So, Rich, bro, that's my little piece for you. Keep talking about the boxing. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm saying this, Rick.
As well.
I'm saying, like, I've seen the style evolved, but what I'm also seeing is, like, I'm seeing Angel Fernandez coming under a lot of stick, right?
Yeah.
And I saw in that fight yesterday where he told you about applying to the body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that shot didn't look like nothing that floored Dion Juma. A lot of people were being very critical to think like, right, he swallowed it. And I'm trying to tell, man, because this is the thing, I'm gonna speak it. Dan Aziz said to me, because me and him speak regular, Dan Foreman, he goes, Unks, nobody punches harder than Richard. He said, not a Coley. He said, none of it. He said, oh my God, he punches on some different level. And I'm here and I'm saying, I know when a man's doing all this little herky jerky and moving around and befuddling you and all the rest of it, just like you saw my prediction that I put out, you know?
Yeah, I remember. I saw that. Spot on.
Okay,
Perfect
right?
prediction.
Spot on. Yeah, because there's man that say they watch boxing, but do they actually study it? And I'm looking at the attributes and I'm saying, you'll be able to do that herky jerky thing, but whereas I see the punching power that you got, it's only a matter of time that you cap. And one thing that I see is in the Chris Billam Smith fight, yeah? You show me that you got heart, you know? Because when you had to bite down to you, I remember that fight because you mash up your hand. You come in afterwards there to wrap up your hands because your hand was so busted, right? So when I see that, I'm saying, you know what? I heard the instructions when Angel said, "Go to the body now, start flicking to the body," and that's what you did. And as you flick to the body and you threw that right into the body, it was military roll. So there's enough times where everyone says, "Oh, what spent you like to give Angels?" I don't like to give him a stick. I'm very opinionated.
Yeah.
But when a man can read a fight, and that's what he did, he read the fight because he's saying, "Yeah, you weren't getting no success when you're trying to box with him, and he's a southpaw as well." And you made that slight adjustment where you shuffled your feet over. You shuffled your feet over to the right. Usually, when you do that, you're going to carry that with the left hook. You throw a right hand down to the body, and that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So I got props Angel Fernandez for that, and I have to props you for administering what you have been told to do.
Yeah, you see, with the southpaw, because their liver is faced towards us, and me as a good right hand puncher, I throwed a good straight, so it was right there, and he didn't see that coming, so it hit right on the liver. You don't even need to hit too hard, you just need to plant it, and that's it. That's the most painful shot in boxing. There's nothing more painful than that shot.
Could you mentally feel him draining as the rounds went on?
Yeah, that's why I was patient. I don't know if you noticed, but I was very patient, and I could see him. I could see his body language. I could see his eyes. I could tell he was going little by little. And one person always told me, Richard, believe in your jab. Even though I couldn't establish my jab as I would have against an orthodox fighter, I had to kind of pour it in this fight, but to line up my right. But in a normal fight, like sometimes I would think that the jab is not doing no work, but the jab is breaking people down. And next thing you hit a guy with a jab and he's on the ground, and you don't even know how, because it's just slowly breaking you down, busting you up. And I learned that even from being around Dillian White. Dillian White will be busting you up with a jab, and then he knocks you out. And that's the style now, you know what I mean? But with these fighters, it was just like, I just knew little by little, you can see him. He didn't have the bounce no more. In the 6th, in the 7th, you can see he's slowing down. He was trying to move around, but it wasn't the same. It was just more like trying to get energy, trying to get oxygen.
Yes.
Man,
Jermaine,
God. Now I was just like, I know when you're fighting, I just know that there's more for you to do because you're still learning on the job, and you're relatively still a baby, even though you're 32 years young. You're relatively a baby simply because of the road, and like there's certain guys who've grown up in boxing since they've been a little child. They've grown up having like being religious, buying the boxing news on a Friday, waiting every month to get the boxing monthly and the Ring magazine and the KO magazine and those kind of things. Those days are done now. You know what I mean? So what it is now, there's a new age. So I would say to anyone, like I'm saying to any young man who wants to be inside this boxing thing, study the game. You know what I mean? And watch greats, because greats leave clues. Like when Tunde said, "Yeah, I'm in this training thing," I see Tunde take his money, go out and spend time with Freddie Roach. I think he spent like a month with Freddie Roach. You know what I mean? Went out, spent like 3 months in Floyd Mayweather's gym till all the youths then was coming to him asking for training. He's going Johnny Tacos. You know what I mean? Then he's working down at 50 Cent's gym. Then he's doing bits with Mike McCullum. Then he's going through all of these. So once you're around greats, even if they don't do nothing around you, they still leave clues. You know what I mean? And I'm a big advocate of that, because from when I was a youth, I would be constantly debating with Colin Hart. When I was a youth, Colin Hart did the Sun newspaper, the boxing on the Sun newspaper every Friday without fail. And all the big fights he would cover till me and Colin's bona fide bridges. Like so Jeff Powell. All of these man, all of the writers, I'll be around these guys. I want to hear the stories about boxing. You know what I mean?
Rich,
for you.
Can I ask you, Richard?
Talk to me,
I mean, when do you envisage yourself next getting in a ring, and how soon will you be back in the gym?
I'm back in the gym ASAP, like tomorrow.
Come on.
I don't know. I don't understand how these fighters just, like, how can you call yourself a fighter? You jump you're having a fight, then you just disappear for a couple weeks.
Madness.
Come back training, bro. That's not how we live. Like we
bro,
actually live.
when I came into boxing, I never forget. They always like, Tunde, you're training them too much. You're training them too much. I'm like, he said, you're training them like they're world champions. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bro, ain't that the key? I'm like, bruv, we ain't got nothing, fam. We need to work hard. And, it's a mindset that you
100%.
definitely need, and a mindset that inevitably has got you where you are today. And let me just shout out, you are an official global ambassador of Adidas along with AY. It was good to see you join the team, and bro, we're repping the Adidas again. And listen, man, you know, every day the young kids from our environment, and I keep on saying it because I'm not ashamed to say it, have no excuses because we've lived the life that they have lived, and you know, you're representing. You know, it's not everyone who's a global ambassador for Adidas. Tell us a little bit about that quickly, Rich, and how that came about.
So I think back in 2018 they had an eye on me. I was wearing a lot of Adidas, and they kind of saw me as a prospect. They wanted to sign a few athletes. I think about 2.
Do you know it was me? Do you know it was me that told them about you?
No, I didn't know. Wow.
Well, you know now.
Thank you. So yeah, it was like there was like around 10 people that they were looking at. They said I'm one of the 10, and that alone made me happy. I was like, I can't believe a brand like Adidas is just looking at me. Like, I just came in the game. I had one fight, you know what I mean, on the stage, and I just came through by the skin of my teeth, and they're interested. So, you know, when they said I'm in the final like 3 to be selected, I thought they wouldn't pick somebody like me. I didn't believe in it. I thought I wouldn't fit the look, or, you know, I thought maybe my past could hinder this deal from being made, but I was perfect for it. They loved the idea of reformation, of somebody changing their lives and trying to do good things. And yeah, I got the deal, man. I couldn't believe it. In fact, I got the deal during lockdown.
Yes.
So when everybody was kind of struggling,
yes, sir,
the contract come through. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. That was one of the happiest days of my life. That's the real.
And further to that, you're all doing catwalk thing now. I see man on Vogue magazine and all them things there. I'm like, bro,
I do the modeling thing.
I keep telling Spencer, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. They like the dark skinned brothers, fam. I tell you, with the cheekbones.
Hey, this guy, Tun. We all knew when we were younger.
He's frozen.
Who's frozen? It's Richard's thing.
Yeah, Richard.
Because he's at the airport trying to do some smuggling thing, trying to get Nigerians in the country. No, I'm saying, like, back to Richard. I'm saying Richard's story is amazing, you know.
Very amazing.
I mean, Richard's story is amazing. Richard died, you know. That's what people don't realize. Richard died. He got stabbed in the heart. The brother died. So everything that you're seeing right now, this is God's plan. What we're seeing right now, everything that we're seeing right now with Richard is God's plan. So for what I've seen, where you've come from, I remember the first time I ever met Richard, you know, was I was training a class down in Kennerton. And he was outside with one of his brethren, and your brethren gave me some caps, whatever, them London something cap. I was wearing it yesterday. And Richie was there. Yeah, man, Spencer's one of the OGs, you know. Spencer's one of the OGs. And like his brethren just gave me up some caps. Said, yeah, man, he's the guy. Them times I was at that TV station. He said, yeah, he's the guy. From then, I've always been following Richard. From then, I've always been giving him encouragement. But like I give any of you encouragement, because you know this road it's not an easy road, and there's only a few men that get selected. So it's a good thing when we see Richard get that, and he's got that now, especially with a young embryonic company like Boxer when it comes in terms of boxing, and your top bill. That's only a good thing, because you're going to bring in other youths to follow and do the same thing.
So, Rich, what's the actual company? I mean, it was Vogue that I saw you on it, wasn't it? We've lost sound.
We lost sound, brother. We lost sound. He's got all this cash. Rich, all you can tell him to Gary, jump him out, then jump him back in. because that's what happens sometimes. Because he's doing it via his phone. He's doing
Yes.
the Zoom link via the phone. So
I mean,
sometimes that happens.
so the fight is right. I've actually seen and heard tonight from a young man who's not only aspiring and on his way to being a world champion, but just showing you how modern day fighters can really just use their attributes to make extra income other than
Yeah,
boxing. It ain't
yeah.
gone are the days where we're just relying solely on
On
boxing
fight.
because you know that boxing's a hard road, and it's not always that you're going to be fighting. You only really make real money when you're in the big fights, and it's just great to see that you're able to earn a living doing other things, just being natural at the end of the day. But yeah, I wanted to know, was it what magazine it was on?
So
Rich?
what it was, I'm signed to a modeling agency called IMG. It's massive.
Yeah, I know IMG. They're big.
Yeah, I didn't know about them, but they were messaging me and contacting my close people. I work with a person called Richard Moore, my commercial manager, and his wife is Ramla Ali. So
Okay.
he brought me in and he was like, "Listen, I think there'll be a good opportunity for you and stuff like that." Signed with them. The first campaign I did was the global campaign for Dior Home, and that was with a boxing campaign with 6 other boxers and models. So Ryan Garcia was also in that, and then after that I did a catwalk with Burberry, Ricardo Titsky, and that was massive. That was 1 of 40, and it was all over the place, Vogue, everywhere. I'm doing magazine stuff now. I'm getting a lot of interest from these big brands like Prada, Burberry, and all that. So it's crazy, bro. And I just signed in November, so everything has just been like so fast.
Excellent. Well, the focus always must be boxing.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure it is. But listen, Rich, it's been absolute pleasure having you on the show. Again, congratulations on last night. We don't want to hold you up.
Yeah, because you're busy. But before you go, Rich, you go, Rich can rap,
But we've seen the video, bro. We've seen the video.
Everybody that went viral. We're flipping.
Yeah, but Rich, but I knew for a long time because I remember when he was telling me like, yeah, correct. I said, what, Pesta? Because every time Pesta did about 4 years of fighting.
Was doing the rapping, did it?
Pesta was doing the rapping thing hard. He said, look, when I come on the mic, Pesta has to put down the mic. He can't chat when I'm.
Come on.
Yeah, man. He said Pesta can't chat when I'm chatting. If you had like top 3 names that you would like to see this year, who are the guys that you'd like to see this year?
I like the sound of Golamarian, Arsen.
Okay.
Good fight for me. There's Turchi, Fabio. I was supposed to fight him first. He's a more of a physical type of southpaw, but we would have knocked him out. Trust me. We had a good plan for him. That's who we were preparing for first. And then after that, with 2 weeks or 3 weeks notice, they just said, Lawal's injured. Juma is there. Like, do you want the Juma fight? Or you're not going to fight until X, God knows what, like, a couple months later, we know the sport. We have to be active. So, we took that one. It's a bit more slicker, so we had to change tactics a little bit. But, I would love to see any of these guys, man. Who else? I think, you know what? I like these domestic fights as well, I don't mind. They're the ones. Yeah, they're the ones. They're the ones. They build profile as well. Like, I like them, and I fancy my chances against anybody.
So that's 2 names you called there. So what about Lawrence Okoli?
Lawrence Okoli, I think that could happen if I can get the world title. If I can get the world title.
When you get the world title?
Yeah. I mean, like, as in this year, we can do it early next year. If not, and it's a bit mad, we can still make it happen by the end of the year. No problem. It's just a discussion, bro. It's just a discussion.
Slowly is the fastest way to get to where you want to get. So just take your time, brother.
100%.
Young brother. Don't be rushed into nothing. Take your time, strategize your career. Because it's a 10-year. You're not in this for long. Boxing, in my opinion, is not a kamikaze thing. It ain't no kamikaze assault. Yeah, let me just rush to be a world champion. You want to be a world champion and you want to keep it. You don't want to just be a
100%.
one-fight world champion, and so there is a lot to learn. Remember, we don't really have that amateur, you in particular, that stellar amateur pedigree.
Background. 100%.
And so you're learning under the cameras, very much like Anthony Yard. And so you just got to take your time. And I'm sure that you will reach your destination, brother. So thank you again for coming on, Rich. It's been a real pleasure.
Love and respect, man. Always.
Nah, Rich, respect, my brother. Yeah, man, you're just empowering my black book every second, every minute, every hour. But yeah, just continue doing what we're doing, continue studying, and continue listening to David Allen, The Power of I Am. That's all I'm saying.
That's, bro, come on, man. That's on my books every flipping day, man. Every day.
Come on.
I still got that video that you sent me on IG.
Come on, man.
Breaking that down. That's life. That's
come on.
Life.
Yes.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the midnight train, Richard RIAKPORHE. Thank you.
Big up, Rich. Thank you very much for listening to the show, man.
You're not having that evening. We'll catch up soon.
Love, brother.
Big up, Rich. Big up. What a beautiful young man. Beautiful young man.
Humble
Representing the thing. Humble, and going places. Definitely.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
For me, bless the show as well. He's definitely going places.
Yeah. And you know that he's Yoruba in it. He's not Igbo in it.
God, bro. Well, that's anyway. Let's not get into that.
No, I'm joking. I don't know what he is. I don't know what he is. I know people like you too. They're a bit cocky. They was from Nigeria. Yeah.
He's a young man, regardless of.
It's an unknown business. Big up Richard RIAKPORHE. Massive big up his camp. You know what I mean? Because seriously, like I said, Angel Fernandez comes on a lot of stick, but Angel was the one that told him to maneuver and to fire downstairs to the body, and when he did that, he got the stoppage. So you know what I mean? Can
I just ask how you knew he told him to go to the body when your TV was supposed to be on mute?
What are you talking about? No, because I rewatched it.
Gary.
Because I rewatched the fight.
Gary,
I rewatched it.
Gary, can you explain? Not, and this is the man that told us that he don't know where the echo is coming from. The echo was coming from you. See, now you hear what Gary said. The answer to the echo, bro. The man was listening to the thing. Bro, this is what I'm trying to say. You know I'm sharp, Spence. You know I'm sharp. So, bro, when you talk,
you're sharp today.
You cover your tracks.
No. I don't need to cover because I watched the fight again this morning. Otherwise, I wouldn't be singing. Seriously, bro, come on, man.
You had the thing on. Listen, you had the thing on.
Otherwise,
you was one called to the echo.
Otherwise, you know what it was? It's because you won't buy bloody Sky. That's why we're getting echoing. I don't want to get into that, But if someone was to ever take a picture of how Tunde watches the fights, I'm going to jail, bro.
I hear what I'm saying. Spence lied to us yesterday. Raw lies.
Sorry, Prince Teddy. I apologize, sir. Please forgive me, sir.
And can you just tell Daniel to come fix up the Sky in my room and put it in the bedroom, man? I need a Sky thing in my bedroom.
Nah, seriously, my mastery, I'm telling you this now. I know for a fact that I'm Nigerian. No one don't need to tell me that. Everybody knows that. Everyone knows that.
Anyway, what's the time now? The time now is 8:45. Is it time for our second guest, or so we just?
I don't know. Is he coming in yet? Gary's going to let us know. Were there before we even touch on that? Today's Mother's Day, right?
Yes.
And
to all the mothers out there.
Yeah, to all the mothers, big up. So I'm saying Happy Mother's Day to every mother, to every biological mother, to every grandmother, to every woman who has lost a child, to every expectant mother, to every mother who has gone to glory, to every aunt, to every sister, to every niece, to every foster care mother, to every stepmother, to every spiritual mother, to every woman who has positively impacted a child's life.
Come on, Spencer Fearon. Love that, fam. Yeah, I love that. That is a brilliant piece there, Spence. And that's something that has to get put on the story. Repeat.
1,000,000%.
Reshare. Big up every mother on Mother's Day. Some other news in boxing. We are understanding there was some breaking news earlier that the Devon Haney and Kambosis fight is done. And what great timing, because the man that's just joined us is looking some of that money.
Yes, boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, listen, you see the timing, you see the energy, man. The energy serious.
It's too much. It's too much.
We're just talking about the money fight, and Maxi Hughes pops up and says, "Listen, don't mention that money fight without me being involved in that conversation."
Well, I think, you know what, guys? Thanks for having me on again today. And I think we're in good hands. After winning yesterday, Eddie says, Maxi, I'm going to make you rich.
Come on, love that.
Yeah.
Love that, sir. That's what I would like to hear. And let me just say,
so we'll see.
It couldn't happen to a nicer bloke. I'm just being honest. Yesterday's performance, I was salivating because the jabs, it was like Jab City. It was Jab City. Beautiful movement. You was moving like Pernell Wicker. And let's not get, I don't want the people to be fooled. Ryan Walsh is a good fighter.
He is very, very
Very good fighter.
He's a good fighter.
Experienced.
Very experienced, and you made him look like I'm just being, and I know them. I trained them for one fight, Ryan and Liam, when they was in London briefly. So I know them well, and I was like, it's the first time I've actually watched a 12-round contest with yourself in totality. And my word, Maxi, keep doing what you're doing. Listen, brilliant performance. I'm going to give you a round of applause again, mate.
Listen, Maxi is the person who is having that Indian summer, right? And Maxi is the person that has proven to me that it's never, ever where you start.
Yes,
ever. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean, life within itself is not a destination, but the success of life is the journey. And it's empowering to me to see that, or to any young fighter out there who things have gone wrong for them. Things where you've lost a few fights and people thinking, oh, well, we don't know what you're going to do. Just continue working on your craft.
Yeah,
continue working on your craft, and that's what you've done.
If you want it bad enough, and keep working. If you want it bad enough, keep working. So that's my little bit of advice. Like you say, if you want it, get back in the gym, reset yourself, don't get disheartened, learn from it, and move on, and keep grafting, and dedicate, like Floyd Mayweather says, dedicating yourself to your craft.
And you are definitely the epitome of that. I mean, when could we likely see you back in a ring? You're just having a rest now with the family, I guess, and what's next for you?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have a quick rest. Soon as the aches and pains have gone this week, I'm gonna get back at it, because I've found with myself, the more active, by living better, the performances, it shows in your performances. So I only had 2 fights last year. I wanted 3. I was asking for the 3rd back in the year, but unfortunately it never happened for me. But I will be trying to put my foot down a bit more now with my management team, promotional team, to hopefully get at least 3 fights. So I'm hoping to get out in summer. I'm going to be asking to get out summer and then back end of year. So I'll have a little rest, let the aches and pains go, assess the fight, have a chat with my trainer Sean about things we could improve on and what we did well, and we'll get back to perfecting our craft and what we do best.
Well, I say last night it was a great night for the gym, and Sean in particular as the key man. And tell us, I mean, you must be not only over the moon for yourself, but over the moon for Josh.
Yeah. What I think what's good about it is Josh mentioned it himself, which I think it could have been a little demon he was carrying. Like it's down to inactivity. He'd not actually like got a win for about around 2 years. Obviously, the first Lara fight didn't go his way, and then the rematch with Lara ended up with a draw. So tasting that, having his hand raised for the win, he'd not felt that for a while. So he got to exercise some demons, and he just like doubters mainly.
Yes.
He got to silence the critics, and he showed just what he's about last night, and I'm so proud of the way he did it. And he's carrying. He didn't go. Kiko didn't go down without a fight. He caused
Yes.
a break in Josh's jaw.
Wow.
So Josh
Is he out of hospital now, or is he still in hospital?
Yeah, I've just had a message in the last hour that he's now back at home, and
Okay.
he's got a broken jaw, and it's going to be 2 weeks on fluids.
Well, we're happy that he's returned home safe, and it's just a great time. I mean, going back to you, what do you want next? I mean, what in an ideal world, what do you want? What do you want, Max?
One of my goals is to get my hands on one of the other 4 world title belts, but it seems now, seeing the latest news on the Haney Cambosa situation, that they're going to be getting it on. So I'm not. That could possibly be the rest of this year, because it looks like there's a rematch clause depending on who wins and etc. But as a fan as well, I'm happy that that's happening, that we're going to get to see the undisputed lightweight fight. So as a fan, I'm happy for that, and I'll enjoy watching that. But in terms for myself, I'd like to just keep busy and earn some money. I spoke to Eddie. I says that's my intentions, Eddie. I achieved my dream by winning the British title last year. So, I'd like some financial security, and he's promised me that's what he's going to be trying to do for me.
Excellent. Spence?
Who would you like to fight, Maxi? Who would you like to fight?
Well, I see my manager's mentioned it, and my team at MTK have mentioned a possible fight with Ricky Burns, which I'd be well up for that. Tremendous amount of respect for Ricky, freeweight world champion, one of the best to come from Great Britain.
Absolutely.
There's another guy on my radar in Francesco Patera, European or former European, two-time European champion, ranked highly with the WBO and WBC or WBA. So a good fight that would like. We actually had a bit of a spat on Twitter a couple of months ago before I got confirmed to be fighting Ryan Walsh. I were interested in that fight while I didn't have an opponent. But I know he's got a good fight coming up next week or week after, I believe, against Samuel Molina. So that's a good fight for him if he comes through that. And we'll see what the team thinks. But any fight, just a fight like them two I mentioned, they're going to get me. They're going to give me that fire in my belly. Something to really get up for and improve. Fighting guys like them, coming through them. I'm going to gain experience from them and become a better version of myself going forward.
Spence?
In the fight yesterday, I saw you throw jabs like from the outside of his front lead left, from his front lead. So you would you twist out, you'd put your southpaw right leg on the outside of his left leg, and from there you turn and you throw your jab out.
Yeah.
What fights you been studying? I know for the Saffron fight, I know what you're studying because I was giving you blinking loads of fights to watch, right? In this fight here, what fights were you studying, brother?
Not too much, to be honest. Just watching my usual. I watched a lot of Pacquiao, to be honest. and he does. It's not almost.
I
It's
can
not
see
like
that.
It's not a straight jab, and it's not a right hook.
It's curving.
A sort of a turn to what how Sean explains it is. Look for the V in your. If you try and explain your opponent's guard, when theirs is not tight, you've got that little bit of a V shape.
And that's an opening piece to throw that shot.
Arc your jab over that V. That's what he keeps saying. He always says, he says, look for V. Look for the V and, find that jab there. It's a bit of a sort of a bent arced jab. But, from southpaw stance to the orthodox stance, look for that V. And we have a lot of success in sparring. And every time we spar orthodox lads, it's a simple instruction. One at first thing, he says, get your feet moving, keep your shape, keep your head movement, and have a look for the V. So it's something we practice religiously, and and I notice Pacquiao does do that a lot. And I've been watching, I've watched them all time and time again, the 24/7s.
Yes.
So watching them over and over again, and I notice Pacquiao does do that a lot with him being, a brilliant southpaw.
Well, it's funny now that you said that, especially with the Pacquiao movement. I saw a lot of that yesterday. They're hitting and then dipping and rolling, and when Ryan would try to counter you, you were literally gone all the time.
Yeah.
There was even a time when he done a flurry, and I swear, not even one punch. And I said it on the broadcast. I said, listen, it's like you could just, when you was a little kid and you blow the bubbles in the air, you try to pop them. That's what it was. So credit to you for your boxing skills. Yes, I want to say, fighting at Ellen Road must be a dream of yours. It's got to be.
Anywhere, them big stadiums, yeah, we did. So we did Headingley last year. The arena last night was electric. Like that noise for the walkout, brilliant. But yeah, if that comes around again to fight at Ellen Road,
so you boxed there? Have you topped the bill there already?
No, the last one when I boxed Strathon for the IBO, it was at Headingley, the rugby ground.
Yes.
So Josh won his world title against Selby at Ellen Road, the football ground. But
yes,
if that came around again, I would love to be on that. Love the experience of the stadiums, real magic stuff.
And correct me if I'm mistaken. Is it just recently you were able to give up your job and concentrate on boxing full time?
Yeah. Oh, I just see we've had a message from Sniper the boss. Yes.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, big up Sniper.
Yeah, big up Sniper.
He said proud of Maxi. Love his boxing skills. Enough respect to Tunde and Spencer.
Yeah. He sent me a message, a good luck message saying, good luck, do the business. It's all about the skills.
And that's what it was. Skills pay the bills.
Yeah, Tunde. Yeah, it was after the Strathon fight. A few weeks after that, I had 3 weeks back at work, and then I was lucky enough to get a full-time sponsorship. So, able to spend more time drilling things. Nothing was rushed then. I wasn't trying to squeeze a gym session in after work or a run before work. It were the timings will work well. So, just nothing more rushed. Can get to gym and spend a bit more time. It's not rushed. Talking through. We did a lot of talk. Me and Sean, a lot of talking sessions and sessions where you come out of gym and you don't really feel like you've physically really worked out, but we've spoke about certain shots and just slowly done them on bag. And he'll stand in front of me and slowly showed me, how he mean what is what he means and where he wants me to be positioned and stuff like that. So, that's stuff that we've been able to spend a lot of time on while we've been full time.
Yeah, well, you're real working class hero and really inspiration to really every boxer. A lot of these boxers. Yeah. They don't even work full time, and they ain't even getting nowhere near the level you're getting. So now you've actually, you won a world title and still had to go back to work, and it's just a tremendous achievement from yourself, and you should be very, very proud of yourself, Max. Keep doing what you're doing. Excellent boxer, class boxer. What I saw last night was skills, and I love that. Yeah, I love that. So just keep it up, and thank you again for joining us. It's a real pleasure. We got the champ with us again the day after.
We keep on getting them. We just had Richard Rachel before you, and now we've had you after that performance. Know that if we'd have got Josh Warrington, but he was, he was in hospital. I didn't know
that. Struggling to talk.
I mean, he'd be talking like, right. But I'm just saying, like, Maxie, just keep on doing what you're doing, bro, because it's you know what? We were saying it like the first 3 rounds, and me and Tunde just said, nah, man, this is boxing, man. This is boxing. Because it was a joy to watch. Even more so. I'm saying that fight yesterday, you're going to be hard to look at 2 British competitors demonstrating that level of skill.
You're
going to be hard.
Absolutely.
So I know, like, bro, I've watched so much boxing, it's unreal, right? So, but to see 2 men like that, it was a throwback, but in this era. And I was like, it was a pleasure, because something like what you was demonstrating yesterday, I could sit and watch 300 rounds of that. It was, and what was it? Charles Bernard Shaw said, like, the people that make it in this world are the ones that go out and look for opportunity, and if they don't find them, they create them. So I'm seeing what you've done with your career. You have created all of this, your team, your camp, everyone, Sean, everyone in your camp, just to see the success that you're doing. You, my friend, are a credit, and you are no longer an unsung hero because you're on the fight right now. So we're singing your praises. So Maxie Hughes, man, thank you for coming on the show, brother.
Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the IBO lightweight champion, the one, the only, Maxie Hughes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Maxie, thank you, man. Love, bro.
Appreciate you having me on. Always got time for you guys. And have a good time rest of the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Max. Thank you very much. What a beautiful human being, Max.
Lovely guy, man.
Lovely guy. Bro, these kind of man, you want them to win. You want them to win. Because they're honest. That's what you could call an honest grafter.
Yeah.
Not everyone comes with the razzmatazz, with the good looks, with the the well spoken.
You're trying to say he's ugly? He's not ugly. But not everyone comes with the razzmatazz and the good look.
He ain't no catwalk model like Richard Rachport, I'll tell you that much.
Nah, don't pay me with my Maxie. Maxie, my brethren, stuff.
Maxie, the point I'm making is that, again, don't judge a book by its cover. The will and determination of an individual cannot be seen. It's spiritual.
It is spiritual.
It's spiritual. And Max Hughes, he's a person, as I said last week. Language was invented to hide feelings. You get what I'm saying? So this guy, you can feel that he's a nice person.
Good brother.
He's just a nice guy, Spence.
Yeah, I mean, good brother. When he had the fight with Saffron, he like sent me a message out, Spence, can you give me some fighters like Southpaws versus Southpaws? And I was humbled that everyone you could have gone to, you come to me, because I didn't even know you like that. I know you because I commentated. Yeah, but I'll be real.
Miss Ringside, she said Dion was nice looking. I ain't gonna lie. I told you, Dion looked like R. Kelly, fam. Dion looked like a little. No, he did not say he looked like Spence. He looked like Montel Griffiths or one of them brothers there. Remember Montel Griffiths?
This is how we do it.
Oh, type Miss Ringside, give a little eye candy on the thing when the fight is right. Well, we'll see what's going on. Anyway,
but that's the thing. It's you, but it's all them girls looking at him thinking, oh, he look nice. That's why he lost.
Yeah, they drained out his energy. Miss Ringside drained out his energy. Miss Ringside, bro, we're blaming you. You drained out the poor youth's energy and say about he looked nice. And bro, he went into the fight, his legs was weak, fam. and Richard just thump him in his belly and
Bruh.
mash him up.
Bruh.
Anyway,
Listen, anyway, 84 boxing says, how can you not want to see this guy make a bundle of money? Deserves all the fruits. 1,000,000%.
Good guy. Good guy. Very, very good. Nice human being. Definitely that's what he gives out. I mean, we're not with someone 24/7, but the energy, what he gives out, and what he's displaying is one of just a all-round nice guy. So big up Maxi Hughes again. Wish you nothing but the best from myself, and I know Spencer. It's because of Spencer I know Maxi. So
yeah, man.
I know
Good,
Spencer
cool brother, man. I love you. Lovely guy. Anyway, we got to talk about the lightweights, ton, and we've heard the stories now. June, it's set for Australia.
Yeah,
I mean, Cambosis versus Haney.
It's on.
It's on. It's on. I believe that Lou DeBella's the one that sorted out the money, the financial. So no doubt it's going to be on ESPN.
I've been trying to phone Will. I've been trying to.
Come on, Tunde. I'm going to give you the black power, black power magic. I'm giving it to you now. I'm giving it to you.
He's online now.
I'll give you the powers.
Look, you see it.
Look, Tun, phone the brother. I'm giving you the powers now. I'm giving you the powers.
He ain't picking up the phone.
Tunde, you're not dreaming, believing it, become it. Come on. You see, that's what happens when you put bleach on your teeth. You lose up the powers.
You started again. Let me see. I phoned him 3 times. He was just online. He looked at the message. Oh, bloody hell. I'm messaging the wrong guy.
You see?
Bro.
Bloody Tunde.
Bro, I keep doing this, you know. I'm thinking this is Will Haney and it's Will Harvey. Sorry, mate.
Wait there. Who's Will Harvey? Who's Will Harvey to ignoring anybody?
But I want to delete this used number. I keep on phoning him. He must be thinking Tunde's mad. Let me just delete my man from my phone. sorry, people. Let me phone Will Haney. All right. Here we go. All right, let me phone. Bro, I've been messaging this brother all day.
Bro, Boxing 84 Boxing said, man's phoning Harvey from Soul Solid Crew.
Bro, I've been phoning Will Harvey this time. Bro, that's mad.
Man's Miss Ringside Tunde's pink book.
Yeah, the pink book ain't working. The pink book powers ain't
come
working.
on, I'll give you the powers now. Just phone the brother now, Tun.
Well, I'm phoning him. What time is it in Vegas right now?
What are they, 7 hours behind?
You probably. Let me see. Las Vegas. The time. It's 1:10 in the afternoon.
Come on, easy. Right, exactly. And it's a Sunday. You got to be about, man.
Yeah. But carry on. Let's carry on talking.
Yeah, it is what it is. Come on, Tun. I'm giving you the black book magic powers. Come on. I need to hear this thing.
We need the gossips.
I need the gossips. I need to know what I'm going.
Bruv, this brother, I'm gonna delete this brother's name. This Will Harvey, bruv. I don't know why I got this. It's too close to Will Haney. Carry on the show.
Man saying Bell Isaac Chamberlain, and I'm saying Bell Isaac Chamberlain for what? I'm just gonna be real.
No, I guess it's a.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. We'll get him this. Well, I'll get him this week, Tun. I'll get him this week.
This is another number I got for Dev's dad.
Yeah, come on, Tun.
I beg him pick up this one.
We don't have to beg. He's gonna answer this one. You've been ringing the wrong blinking number. Alan Skill said Spencer's got the black book and Tunde's using yellow.
That's too funny. I like that one, Alan Skill. I like that one.
Tunde.
But you know what?
Wait, then Tunde. J.A. Hartley. Do you remember the Yellow Pages advert? Have you got the book on fly fishing? Who's it by? J.A. Hartley.
But let's discuss the fight. You got Peter Khan's number, isn't it? Peter Khan is Cambosis.
I got Peter Khan's number as well. I got Peter Khan's number.
Wait, he messages Peter Khan's number.
I'm not. What phone there for? You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's
What
not
phone there for?
really,
I don't really like off of the back.
He ain't family like that.
No, I know him, but he ain't family like that. Bill's family like that, man.
Yeah.
I can't be giving Peter Khan no energy.
Let me message you. I'm messaging. Cause I know this is Bill's little trap phone. But bare joke to the show. 213 people. Press that like button. Press that subscribe. I've tried to message Will, phone him, but it ain't happening, people. It would have been good to talk to Dev's dad to whether he can deny or confirm that the fight is actually taking place. But such is life.
Yeah, such a lot. I know what, I ain't complaining about it. I'm not complaining about it. We could talk about the fight. It will be a very, very good fight. And absolutely. You know what? This is a time where Devin Haney has to step up.
This is a real fight.
Devin has to step up. No more long talk about anything. No more nothing. Devin's got to step up.
How do you see this fight, guys? Gary, let's send a fan a link. Anyone who wants to come on the show, talk a little boxing with me and Spence. We still got a few minutes left, 45 minutes left on the show.
Who said we're doing 2 hours today? I'll go to my bed, bro. But
we still got a little bit of time. Anyone wants to come on, then just let us know. Gary will send you the link. And But Spence, tell us how you see this fight going.
I don't rightly know. And the reason why I don't rightly know is because Cambosis greatly impressed me. He greatly impressed me in the Lopez fight. And I didn't think that he had that in him, because I remember speaking to Lee Selby prior to the fight. Like the day before I was up in Wales, I did a fight for ESPN Plus up there. Steve Robinson's son boxed for the Welsh title. Really good little boxer, his son, you know, very, very good boxer, Jake Robinson. And I saw Lee Selby down there and I said, what do you think for this fight? And he said, like, Teofimo will knock him out within 3 rounds. And remember, he had a debated split decision loss against him.
Yes.
Right?
And do you know Lee Selby fought last night?
Pardon me? Did he? How'd he get on?
Yeah, he lost. I don't know if he got stopped.
Oh, man.
I saw a tweet from him. He said, listen, I'm getting too old for these young boys. You know, I've been in the game a long time. And
he has been in the game a very, very long time. And I mean, he's done well. He's accomplished a lot. Accomplished a lot. Yeah, back to the Marahan. And he was saying, Cambosis, he's just not good. But maybe that shows us just how good Lee Selby was, because Lee Selby lost. It was debatable. It was a debatable split decision loss. But then also, when you speak to Mickey Bay was saying like, Cambosis ain't shit. You know what I mean? Because he lost to him and he's like, nah, he ain't all that. But the man's deceptively good, but it wasn't that. He just needed a fight that he really needs to zone in and turn it on. And that's what he got when he fought Teofimo Lopez. He bloody turned it on hard.
So
you know what I mean?
Wow. So we got stopped, fourth round stoppage.
Boy, not good, not good.
Mm.
You know what I mean, not good at all. But you know, like I said, the game. So I'm not rightly sure because was the Teofimo fight just a man stepping up, giving that one great performance in their life, right?
Yes.
Or was it he was holding back, putting in that great performance till he got a fight like this or a fight at this magnitude for him to go out and go do what he did?
No,
I'm sitting down. You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't know. I don't know.
It wasn't. Let me tell you what it was, Spence.
Gone.
It's the consistent hard work and dedication. And it's a case of someone looking at someone. It's like you thinking that a girl you dated back in the day is going to be the same girl 10, 15 years later. You don't know what that girl's been doing in them 10, 15 years. She could be a director of a major company because she's continued to work on herself. And I think that's the mistake a lot of fighters make. Lee Selby was judging Gambosis on when he fought him. Cambosis, sorry. He was judging him based on when he fought him. Same like Mickey Bay. You're not fighting the same person. A child inevitably grows up. And it's quite obvious, even looking from some of the Insta posts, that this Cambosis lives in the gym. He's working. He works tremendously hard, and you can see someone that's just continuously got better and better and better. And now that he's actually the unified champion, now he's got all the belts, I think it's only going to make him better.
You know what?
Can Devon nullify that? We're about to see.
You know what? I'm saying Devon's very good.
Oh man, it's a skill stuff.
Yeah, he's very, very good, right? But I'm yet to look on Devin Haney's career and see him in fighting another young lion for me to know. We saw him fight an old lion in Jorge Linares, and we saw what happened in that 10th round when Jorge Linares buzzed him hard. You know what I mean?
Well, Jojo Diaz was a young cat.
Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, Jojo Diaz. He fought Jojo Diaz, isn't it? He's a young boy. I think he only had one loss before that. I think did he lose? No, he beat Tevin Farmer, didn't he?
He beat Tevin Farmer, yeah.
Yeah, and Devon beat him in his last fight. So that's a good going. That's a good result.
Yeah, it's a good. I ain't gonna lie and turn around and say it's not a good scalp. It is a good scalp, but I think in his mind he always had the beating of Jojo Diaz. That man grew up with each other around in the amateurs. Okay. You know, Devon was on the circuit, so I think that. But this is someone that is totally unknown. He's not on your circuit. You're not really gonna hear the little sussel, the little gossips on them. You're not. You get what I'm trying to say? It's different. Yeah. Yes. You know what I mean? So you're going in with an unknown quantity. You know what I mean? But so that's what I'm trying to say. You're going in with it's not an easy fight. It's not an easy fight for neither of them. And I like to see like closer to the time because the fight's only in 2 months.
Yes.
Yeah, the fight's in 2 months. The fight's in 2 months time. Yeah, in June. Was it June 6th? So I'm looking forward to that. But another thing that's a kind of crazy thing is like, here's a big fight. Allegedly, the zone paid Devin Haney $1 million signing on fee bonus, right, to get him. But yet, and they paid a lot of money also to Andrade, and none of these men are fighting on your platform now. For the big fights, they know like, right, we got to abscond them. We can't be on your platform. Dylan White essentially will fight by fight basis with Matchroom. But yet, the biggest fight of his life or his career against Tyson Fury is not on a Matchroom show, and he's definitely not on his own show. This Parker versus Andrade for the vacant? The interim WBO title. And when Canelo gives up the crown, you will be elected.
What's with these dead people coming under the ticks, Gary?
What?
People trying to come in with all this. It's mad. I don't even know. Someone just what do you call them things, bots or whatever.
I
It's
don't know.
echoing again. How comes it's echoing again? Is the mic echoing, Gal? It stopped. Stop echoing.
Right.
Yeah,
So
the haters
what?
are here. Don't worry. We want the haters to be here. Let them keep on
No,
watching.
that's
as
cool.
well.
Let's give us the energy. Let them
They
talk
give
what
us
they have
the
to talk.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carry on.
So yeah. So what I'm saying is, when you're seeing like Eddie Hearn put on two fantastic. Last night's show that he put on was a very good show. Yeah. For simple of the Kiko Martinez Josh Warren fight was an excellent fight. The week before that, he put on an excellent fight with Conlon and Wood. Wicked fight. But the American thing, them man are fighting now. One man's going to be fighting on ESPN in Australia. And we thought that you had that patented. Obviously, you never. And then another man is fighting in UK on your rival UK promoters show on the BT
Box
with
office.
Queensbury and Frank Warren. Right. So, you know what they say in it? The old saying, dance a yard before you dance abroad. So I think you try too hard to infiltrate the America thing. And it's sad, but as long as you keep on making good fights, can't turn around and say Craig Richards versus Joshua Boatzy, versus Joshua Boatzy. That's a fantastic fight. I shall be there for that fight. That's a great fight. It is a great fight. It's a great domestic fight. And I'm so looking forward to that. But right now,
Right now, we've got
that
who's been joining the conversation.
Yes, my brother.
How are you?
A man's wearing a beanie, looking like the late great Marvin Gaye.
Come on,
man. I'm not gonna start singing "Let's Get It On" and etc. because I can't sing.
No. You could, but if you start singing "Let's Get On," you'll be "Let's Get Off" because we just block you.
Nah, I just came from outside. Unless, and this is the caveat, unless Haney doesn't take Kambosos seriously, similar to how Teofimo Lopez did. Teofimo Lopez.
That's not possible because Deb lives in the gym and has done so from a little kid. Been around champions since a baby. I remember when Dev was 12. I think Dev was 12. He came over here, trained him while he was over here. Then we went back to Vegas. Myself, Anthony Yard, O'Hara Davis, and we trained in the gym. Dev was a baby. Dev was still a youth. But, he was around all these champions, Gamboa, Sean Porter, Floyd, and he was training with them. His dad really had planned everything from day one. Called him the dream. He used to box. He used to have the American head guard. It was all set. It was all planned. And the American head guard. It was all set. Miss Ringside in the building as well. Hi. It was all set. How comes we're echoing again? Hi. It was all set. How comes we're echoing again? I think what we got to do, we got to mute when we're not talking. I think that's what it is. All right. Gary, you in control of this, yeah? I'll let Gary control this. All right, let's finish off the conversation with off the canvas boxing first.
Yeah, we think.
Yeah, no. So I was saying that I don't think there's any danger of Dev coming in unprepared.
So that's the only way in which Kambosos benefited from how Lopez was weight drained, and the fact that Lopez came in with I would describe it as a wrong mindset. He tried to take Kambosos' head off from minute one, whereby if he had stuck to a certain game plan, understood the threat of Kambosos, I think he probably would have beaten him if he came in with the right mindset and the right, physical training. I think he probably would have beaten Kambosos. If there was a rematch, I fancy Lopez.
So what you trying to say that Kambosos' victory was down to TOB and weight drained?
Partially, I think partially comes down to Kambosos' preparation and his willingness to win and his desire to win, but he was assisted with that from the Lopez side. Whereas with the Devin Haney standpoint, I think Devin Haney technically is a better boxer than Kambosos, and therefore I think that Haney would have studied him, would have worked in the gym proper, and I think that he would have understood the strengths of George Kambosos, and I can't see George Kambosos winning this fight. So I'm happy for Haney getting this fight, and yeah, I see Haney winning this comfortably, personally.
Welcome, Miss Ringside. Oh no, where's Miss Ringside gone? Gary, where's Miss Ringside gone?
See, that's what happens when people are on that.
Okay, you see, Gary said carry on, but yeah, Spenny, touch on this thing here. Carry on, please.
Listen, I don't. You know what? I'm hearing that, yeah, and I'm just playing God's advocate because there's no devils here, right? I don't know if Devin Haney has been in with someone who can counterpunch so good with their right hand and be so persistently bullyish. And, Tunde can tell you that when you get them Australian Cypriots, right? Yeah.
Hard workers.
Yeah, right. They ain't no joke, bro. They are not no joke. He is a very persistent guy. He reads fights well, where he knows, like, right now, this round, I got to put a little more pressure on you, right? And I'm going to be real. Devin Haney's still untested, right?
Does Dev have the power? Does he have the power to worry Kambosos?
No, I think he got the skill to worry.
No, not the power, but the skill. I think it'll be a points win, and it'll be dominant through each round. But yes, he has been somewhat tested with the Linares bout and the Jojo Diaz fight.
Brother, off the canvas, how old are you?
I'm 24.
You know what? Props to you, man, there, right? But I'm just going to tell you this now. I've got pubic hair older than you, bro. And I'm telling you.
Why? Why do you need to say that? Why do you need to say that? Because
I can. No. So when I hear these little young cats, I like listening to them because they're young. I'm just keeping this thing 100. No. Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. Like, I'm twice your age. I'm your senior.
What? So what?
Really, so what? Why you involving yourself? Why you involving yourself?
You know what? I'm defending the young man.
Is the bleach affecting your head now? Is the bleach affecting your head? Because to be bleaching them too, right?
So what?
That's right. That's right. We don't care. That's 1,000,000%. So what I'm saying is this: you can't go by those fights because them man are not young men who are unbeaten. And Tunde could tell you, when you're unbeaten, in your mindset, you do not know how to lose. Right? And you don't know how to lose. And also, a next thing, which I'm going to say is a major, he's not stupid because he's got to fight in Australia. Do you know how many of them little Greek Australian man's coming out to support him?
Yeah.
Well,
right. So you know what kind of energy that kind of brings that brings to the fight. That brings a lot of energy. Do I believe that Devin Haney can be victorious? I do believe that he's going to be victorious, but it's not no easy fight. You're speaking like it's like there's no way, bro. I'm telling you now, that ain't no easy fight. I'm telling you, because that you can fight and to answer one of the brothers in there was saying, my man was overrated. Teofimo Lopez was overrated. No, he wasn't.
No,
not the way that he knocked out Richard Comey. No way. Bruv, the way he knocked out Richard Comey, he punched Richard Comey so hard when Richard Comey went over to him. When Richard Comey got up properly, yeah. Richard Comey thought he's back on the plantation in Ghana.
What's the matter with you?
No,
What is the matter with you, Spencer?
I'm just being reluctant.
What are you drinking tonight? What's in the cup? What's in the cup?
Gonna get locked up, you know?
What is in the cup? We know your orange. We know your orange looking drink. Bruv, we know your orange looking drinks skimmed with gin and vodka.
Bro, man said plantation, bro.
No, I'm just not meant to realize that part.
I don't think we can disrespect Teofimo. He's
No
definitely
way.
a good fighter. What I feel, in my own opinion, watching Teofimo, I just think that he couldn't handle the fame. You know, he had dreamt about it. Him and his dad had obviously worked hard, brought him up. You see the pictures of him around Champions as a kid and everything. But fame is something that if you just ain't built for it, it just consumes you. And you see the way that they were going on. It was madness. The dad and the son, every minute they're on Instagram posting up the thing. And people get it twisted. Floyd weren't moving like that.
The dad's on food, bro.
Like, even like in the fight, the dad was shouting to the crowd. I'm like, nah. The fame thing has gone to their head, and that's what it was. It wasn't the fact that weight drain or everything like that. This fame thing, you know, you got to be focused. Hence why this is my last show until the 23rd, until the 24th, should I say. But, you know, there's a time for talking and there's a time to get your head down and work and just block out the outside. And this day and age that we're living in has a big influence, or can have a big influence on the performance of these athletes, these young men or you know, mature guys. You got to stay off of this thing here. You can't believe what's on Instagram in 60 seconds. Forget all that. So I just think that's where they went wrong. I just think they didn't know how to handle that. You know, he was undisputed, taking pictures with Canelo like you're on the same level as Canelo. Come on now. Don't be stupid. Well, Canelo's been doing this thing from the get-go. You know,
this thing ain't magic. It's not hocus pocus. Exactly, man. You just took the words right out. It's no hocus pocus. You have to focus. It's simple as that.
There you go.
That's about to say that, bosses. That's a mad one.
Yeah.
Right. But when I'm seeing these guys, like, I remember when I hosted Floyd when he came over here. The first time when I hosted when he came over here. And Floyd was saying to me, like on stage, man was saying, like, how do you keep on going? And he says the focus. He said the problem with fighters now, they make a 5 mil and they think they made it.
Come on.
The thing. He said that man go on. He said, listen, man, I'm making history on pay-per-view buys consistently. I've been doing it for the last 10 years, and the reason why I keep on doing that is because I always want to better myself.
Floyd was in the gym. Floyd was in the gym, sorry to cut you. He fought on a Saturday. The whole team thought they were going to have a breast. Floyd said to the whole team, what are you talking about? We ain't done nothing. We back in the gym on Monday. That's after making the biggest money of his life in Oscar de la Hoya.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. That's the difference. Too much man like to take this rest thing. Well, go on going in a pub. Yeah, I'm gonna go beat a couple gal and rare and all the rest of it.
Excuse me, what did you just say?
Beat girl, sleep with women, right? No.
Gary, bro, we gotta put a muzzle on this youth's face. This youth's mouth, you know. Gary, sort it out.
No, nothing. I'm just telling you the truth.
Spencer, what are you drinking, bro? There is definitely alcohol in that thing.
I wish there was.
Anyway,
you know I mean?
Yeah.
No, but truth, this what happens. So if you truly want to be on this thing, you have to be obsessed by it, right? You know, told me that as well about this obsession. Chris Eubank Senior. Chris Eubank Senior says, "Listen, if you truly want the success, you have to be obsessed." I'm obsessed with it, Spencer, and he was obsessed because Chris Eubank used to walk around massive, you know. I don't know how he got down to 11 stone 6, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look at the size of these fighters. Even when I look at James Cook, I said, "Oh look, James, he was a middleweight, fam. You're massive."
Yeah, massive. So, but them man, they were obsessed. They were obsessed by.
Yeah, James said that to me as well. He said, "We live this life."
Right.
They were professional athletes.
That man would go to work and then run from their workplace to the gym and then train. They were obsessed.
That's so true, because when I'm looking at historical fighters and looking at this, how many fights they've had like almost a fight every 6 weeks, whereas here they're having 2 fights a year. Like 2 fights, taking a long break, coming back in, chilling, having the Christmas break, Easter break, bloody yacht break, etc., summer festival, and then they're back in the gym. Like, so
yeah, I don't think that's the way to go in this day and age. Certainly not if you want to be anything of note in the sport. Games you love says every fighter is different. Some need to have a blowout. Agreed, but social media is not the blowout you need. I'm telling you that for free. As a fighter, you don't need that kind of blowout, because all you be doing is this. You just swipe. Next thing, 2 hours are gone. 2 hours ago, if you took half of that 2 hours and watched boxing, you know how much, Richard RIAKPORHE spoke about the subconscious mind. And I love to hear that from young guys in the game, or any guy in the game, talking about the subconscious mind. And he was alluding to Spencer having boxing, or telling him, keep boxing on the background, regardless if you're watching it or not. I don't know if I should repeat in this, because this is some little some gems.
Yeah, I learned that today. I literally learned that today. I was like, wow.
Yeah, okay. You see, bro, I was put some Snapchat money in this thing here.
Will you pay for the knowledge?
But it's gonna be a great fight. Let's not sleep on Errol Spence Jr. versus Ugas. That is a big fight. That's a big fight, Spence.
Big fight, son. Big fight.
And Errol's in bullish mood. I'm telling you that for free. Errol's coming to bruck up, man. So this is going to be a fight, because Ugas is not a joke either. Ugas is not a joke.
He's not a joke. Ugas is not no joke.
On the line, we have all the runnies. Let's see what my man's saying. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me? He's bobbing his head. I don't know. Maybe it's some Yoruba music. Can you hear me? All the runnies, can you hear me?
No, man. Sorry.
What are you listening to? What are you watching? Can you hear me? Or hear us?
Sir. Yes, sir.
We thought you was listening to some Yoruba music, but then you spoke.
No, I'm good. And let me start by saying Happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
And, bless up to Spence, Tunde, my man, and my G.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, honestly, I'm just enjoying the vibe of listening to the fundamentals and the sport, and the knowledge. Yes, sir, Mr. Spence.
Come on.
Yeah.
Great.
It's an exciting time. I hope the fight gets made. All I want to look forward to is the actual events, not the politics and not the rah-rah.
That's a great point.
And that's all I want to leave you with, sirs. That's all I want to leave you with.
Okay,
thank you for blessing the show, bro.
So, all the runnies, when you say that you're looking forward to the fight, what fight in particular are you most looking forward to? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't think we got the brother. It's some weak connection.
All the runnies? All right. Well, listen, all the runnies. It's good.
Big Mom, anyway, big up all the runnies.
All the runnies. He didn't even come for no talk. He just was saying he's feeling the vibe. He loves the show, and this is what we want. The realness of the conversation, and big him up.
We love before off the canvas. We love him.
We thought, oh, bruv, he was listening to Yoruba music, and then we caught him. Oh, we caught him watching OnlyFans. We caught man watching OnlyFans. And anyway, what's this? Jermaine says, "What about the guy calling out Yard? Come on, man. Bruv, that's
All
that.
right, next question. Let's keep on moving.
Next question. Forget about that, man. That's low. That's you know what we're about.
No, but the Errol Spence fight.
Yeah, we were talking about the Errol Spence fight. Yeah,
that's a great fight. Do you know what? I think Errol Spence has to go up another level to beat Ugas, because Ugas just beat his last fight, Manny Pacquiao, and made him retire. So that is a good win,
bro. Let's
that worked, Manny Pacquiao.
Thank you very much. Let's keep the fight in perspective. Right? Yes, he beat the name in Manny Pacquiao. He didn't beat Manny Pacquiao. Do you know what I mean? Right?
Well, it looked like him.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? That weren't a peak Manny Pacquiao. The thing about it is, Manny Pacquiao's last great performance was when he beat Keith Thurman. Right? And that's still 2.5, 3 years ago. Right?
2019, yeah.
Right, exactly. So no disrespect, because Ugas did a masterful performance, but when that fight was announced that he was taking Errol Spence's place, I said that's an upset straight. I knew that was going to be an upset. Wrong style. He's a blinking Cuban, right? Wrong style for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao don't really want them in and out. Manny Pacquiao wants them to try and rock with you, to stand in front of you so he can just use that hittery-jittery style and clap you with a hard shot. But unfortunately, that weren't the case, right? So yeah, Ugas is very good, but I want man to realize if Errol Spence's focus and mind is on the game, he's a problem to everybody. And we mean everybody. Me and Tunde was in the gym when he sparred with Floyd Mayweather, right? In 2012, 2013, sorry, right? We was out there. People think that me and Tunde just come in the game last week. We were in the gym. We were witnessing these things when everyone was getting dashed out of the gym, but they just allowed me when I was in there. Tunde said, right, is that your reality exact? I said, man, can't tell me nothing. I'm Sky. At the time, I was Sky Sports. But we just did the interview with Floyd. So I'm telling you now that Errol Spence is real. Unfortunately, and this is the thing, I'm just going to be real. When he crashed the car, you know that he was drinking and driving, yeah, when he crashed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, he come from a rave. And he's been that guy, which is it's not hidden. People know that he likes to party, he likes to drink and stuff like that, right? But there's many great champions right throughout history that used to like to party and drink. More notably than one of the greatest ever to do it in Roberto Duran. Now that brother will drink. So, but there's only certain man can do this drunken master style, you know. I want man to realize can just drink a bottle. Only certain man can do that. Now, I would just like to see Errol Spence, and I believe that he is to become more disciplined. He's had these little creeping fights because he hasn't really shown us nothing. He didn't show me nothing in the Garcia fight. He didn't show me nothing in that fight. He didn't. When he fought, he didn't show me nothing. Now he's got to show us something, and this is a great fight. And then after, if he can come out successful, then yes, he needs to go and talk to Mr. Crawford. Because I'm getting sick and tired of the wait on this one.
Can I just say, when you say, it's echoing. Somebody got some equipment on or something. Hello, 1, 2. Yeah, I can't hear nothing now. But yeah, can I just say that when you say that he didn't show us nothing, isn't coming back from a horrific car crash and jumping straight in there with DG something, you know, quite miraculous, because it's not as though he did a tune-up. He just went straight in and fought one of the top dogs. So I think that in itself, to me, that was a good victory, Spence.
Yeah, I just muted my mic just in case it's my thing giving me feedback.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. That was a big step, but we've seen Garcia lose. We've seen him lose. So I've seen Garcia come out second best against Keith Thurman. I've seen him come out second best against Sean Porter. Right? Both of those guys I rate Errol Spence above those two men.
Okay.
So maybe it's me being so spoiled, or maybe it's me thinking like I rate you so highly that I'm expecting you just to clap out these brothers. Not looking for you to, even though of what you come back from. And I want to know, has he truly recovered from that car crash? Has he truly recovered mentally from that? Because that was serious. The Lamborghini was Lamborghini. The thing flipped in the air like when Tunde's flipping pancakes throughout it. It was serious. So I want to know, can he come back? But when I speak to the guys on the other side, guys like Black Fight Fan and those guys who run their show, they're close to Errol Spence. They say he's got this new strength and conditioning coach as well, and he's majorly on it. And all we can do is sit down studiously and wait and see, because it's a big fight, and we'll see what he comes with.
Yeah, it's a great fight. Going back, a bit retracting a little bit, because a good question. Real Bull Talk says, will it not benefit Kambosos more as Devon will be fasting next month? And the reason why I've put that up, because, you know, obviously, you know that we're in line to fight Joe Smith Jr. And the only thing that could stop that and has stopped that is a unification between Beterbiev and Joe Smith. The reason why the fight hasn't taken place sooner is because Beterbiev is also a Muslim and fasting in the month of April. And that's why the fight is in June. Now, having said that, doesn't this benefit both Joe Smith Jr. and Kambosos? That is, if Devon is actually going to fast in the month of April. Because I know, bro, I fast for many years. But let me not go into that. But I've fasted, and I know your body ain't the same the next month. But you don't feel the same.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. Tunde was not fasting. It's when Tunde went for a Brock period and couldn't go to weight room. About you was fasting.
Stop it, man. Stop it. But you understand what I'm saying, Spence? It takes time to recover.
Yeah.
When you're fasting every day for 30 days. You don't just jump in the next month. That's in my opinion. Anyway, so if you fast for the whole of April, you have May, and then the fight is early June. So it must give the opponent some more advantage, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think about that off the canvas?
I don't think it makes a huge difference. It depends on whether he's
off the
trading
canvas.
or not.
Are you Somalian, brother? Are you Somalian?
Yeah, I'm Somali, yeah.
Right, so you're Muslim, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, right. So I'm saying, when you fast, bro, you're knowing that you're going to be doing, I don't know, sun up till sundown, 12 hours of abstaining from food. Does that greatly affect you over that period of time?
The thing is, actually, I haven't physically fasted for like 4 or 5 years because of health reasons, actually.
Okay,
because I'm on medication as a result of going through like my cancer treatment, so I have to take medication. But when I'm not gonna lie, it does affect you. But at the same time, I'm not a pro athlete training every single day, and so if he can train every single day, then I don't think it would affect him. The problem is that if the training halts to a set, or even reduces in terms of intensity, then it could have somewhat of effect. But after a week or two, shortly afterwards,
this is Devon Haney's first ever Ramadan, because he reverted last year. So this is his first one. I believe that this is going to be his first one, right? So
yeah,
I'm saying, like, I think a lot of things are psychological, and boxing is vastly cerebral. And I believe, like, the greater men than he has fasted and fought. Muhammad Ali famously fasted and fought. Nassim Hamed fasted and fought. I could go through, right? And Nassim Hamed, they don't fasted and fought.
Isn't that when he got dropped?
By Daniel Alazia?
No. When he fought Kevin Kelly.
When he fought Kevin Kelly? No, because that wasn't Ramadan at that time. That was tail end, because that fight was December 19th, 1997, and at that time, it was a Ramadan. So
That's about 2 months after I was born. Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
right, exactly. I've been watching boxing before you're born. Okay, look at my girl try to jump on and take a chauffeur plaques in the back.
My Marshy is in the building with the stamina for soul attire. Letting it be known, the roadman science, the sweet roadman science is in the building. Come on. How you doing, Chris?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
We're all good. All the better for seeing your lovely face.
Thank you. You're right, Spencer.
I'm blessed, sis. How you doing? How you keeping?
Bless, really bless. Yeah. I came on because I said, and off the canvas boxing. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
I came on because I got quite excited when you were talking about focus and talking about energy and you know, this social media, and where you said you're not going to be online to keep your energy where it needs to go. And because I'm quite an expert in this, I just wanted to share with myself, because I post a lot on social media, and I find that if I need to do something, I have to shut everything down. I have to delete the Facebook. I delete the Instagram so that the brain can stay focused on the target that I have at hand. Because what happens is everybody's energy starts pulling at you.
Come on, talk the thing.
In other places, and once you start looking at other places, your energy starts to go right, then it starts to go left, then it starts to go right. But your goal is in front of you. You need to see where you want to be. You will need that vision in your mind. And the only way you're going to achieve that with full laser sharp focus, you need to have that picture, you need to have the energy, and you need to have the focus, and you need to keep having the steps that you're going to do to go forward.
Come on, are you listening? All you boxers out there, listen, take notes from Shante, the mind mastery strategist. You don't get this in no other boxing show. Psychotherapist giving us bars. And you heard what she says, hocus pocus focus. And I'm teething that bar because you're going to hear a lot more on the fight.
That's my saying.
Hocus pocus focus. I love it. But before we go any further, big up Boogie on boxing. He says, did Henry Armstrong have 20 title fights in a 16-month period, Spencer? I heard Mike Tyson saying this. And who got the most in a year? Interesting. Anyway, we'll answer that after we continue what we were just saying with regards to the focus. And how important it is for these young boxers.
So important for anything, you know, because I remember when I was studying at university, I came off social media for 3 years. I didn't care about what was going on out there because it's a whole nother world in your mind. Because it's all to do with the subconscious. Whatever you look at goes in.
Come on. Come on. Talk the thing. Listen, bro, I have to say it again. You don't get this in no other boxing show. But carry on, Shants. Come on.
Whatever you focus on goes in. So in order to program yourself, you need to create an environment around you. Even like on your bookshelf, you might not even read some of the books, but make sure the titles of the books are quite positive. So that when you look at those things, those words set the frequency within you, because it's all energy. Words are energy. Just like Tunde was saying earlier, that words were used to hide your emotions, but also words are also used because they sound.
Facts.
They vibrate.
Facts.
So when you say, oh, if I watch this, it ain't going to cause an effect, that's a lie. It will cause an effect somewhere in your psyche. But you just probably are so programmed in that way of thinking or being that you think it's normal, but it's not. If you want to change, you must find a new focus. And sometimes it is challenging. And sometimes you have to set those schedules. You have to say, right, I've got to get on that computer for 10 o'clock, or I've got to get in that gym for 10 o'clock, and I've got to give it that focus time. That's the only way that you're going to succeed. And you've got to put your phone on do not disturb, because all of that comes in. You got to know, you got to pick your fights. That's it. Your fight's in your mind. You got to pick it.
Excellent breakdown. Sorry, there of basically the mind. You're getting a free consultation on on The Fight Is Right from a psychotherapist, and I bet you lot were expecting that. Shunt, it's been a pleasure having you, and thank you so much for this little piece you've given us.
You're welcome.
I know you're a regular on the show. You're family to us, and all this is part of boxing. You know, everything is entangled in this conversation and how important it is, and it all stemmed from what I was saying about Tiafimo, and I just felt that they just lost focus. You know, they worked so hard to get there, and then when they got there, I think all the fame and adulation and stuff that comes with it, you know, there is a time and a place for it. Definitely. But then there's a time to switch off. So thanks for that, Shunts. Really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Yes. Big up. Another one, another jewel for us. Miss Ringside says, can we discuss, let me get this thing up. Can we discuss Warren and Ben's radio war? What a madness. But who do we actually believe? If the standard contract is with the WBC, have they relied upon the verbal representation between them both? Big you all up. And I'm telling you, this is such a hot topic. Bob, as soon as the interview come up, the lawyer said it to me, Spencer Fearon said it to me. Bro, everyone sent me this interview. My brethrens downtown sent it. They said, Tun, you got to listen to this. You got to listen to this. Obviously, me and Frank, I just pick up the phone. But it was fiery, to say the least, Spence. I mean, off the canvas boxing, have you heard the interview?
I heard the interview. I done a video on the interview. You know what? After some time, I'm just sitting there thinking, why is Frank Warren on national radio arguing with his opponent's lawyer whilst reading parts of the contract on national radio?
Couldn't that be, sorry to cut you there, couldn't that be said about the lawyer as well?
I don't think the lawyer, when I was listening to it, maybe I missed something, but I don't think the lawyer breached any confidentiality agreement. I think when Frank actually read the contract, that's when he breached it. The lawyer was. Did
he read the contract?
Yeah. He didn't read the contract, but he was reading parts of the contract. So he was saying this clause, point this, and then he just started reading it. And I think at that point, that's when you probably breached confidentiality agreement. Whereas the lawyer, he was talking on via text of, like, you know, that hasn't been any formal agreement that hasn't been signed. So, but I've just, do you know what? This all could have been avoided, really, in my opinion. I think this could have been avoided before, when they were negotiating for the fight. Really and truly, they could have just negotiated the fact that an escrow could have been involved, or a ticket. I don't know where really the beef is, because some of these things are like little things, if that makes sense. Are things like allocated seats, or what's the other thing? These are just like simple things, and I think it could just all easily be resolved if Frank just turns around and says, you know what, Dillian, you get this amount of seats for your family and friends, and we'll ask permission to, you know, take your photo, picture, etc., which is common and standard in a lot of other industries, in the acting and the media industry, to request approval for photographs, etc. For me, I don't know where we go from here. I think Dillian's team are digging their heels in as a result of the injustice that was made with the 80-20 split, and I don't really blame them. But yeah, for me, it was a bad moment for Frank, and the lawyer as well. I was surprised that the lawyer was on national radio as well, because it was the lawyer that came on, and then Frank came on afterwards, and then they went together and started arguing amongst themselves. That's why I think I'm a bit confused as to why the lawyer wanted to speak on national radio, knowing that Frank could be on a little later. But that's just my little take.
I mean, I'm echoing what our friend Johnny Gaffer has said. He said, I'm from a family of barristers and lawyers. It's so unprofessional for a lawyer to be speaking about a live case like that in the media, and that is what I'm saying. So I don't know where people are saying Frank lost this or anything. Frank never lost nothing. Like, how are you gonna be a lawyer?
May I interject? He didn't lose. Frank didn't lose. I'm going to be real with you. Frank never lost.
Frank
he didn't lose that one
at all.
right?
Right. Before you speak, Spence, you're the person I want to hear from the most. Frank didn't lose, and it was lost the moment the lawyer came on the show, because he's a professional. He knows the points of law. Like, what you're not talking about a living room conversation. There were millions of people listening to this thing here. And so I think the lawyer, really, that's a red flag straight away. Frank said it. I'm not a lawyer. I left school at 14. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is you signed a contract. So that's where he signed a contract. So all those things, I mean, I don't want to get into the legalities of it because I don't want no one phone start coming to me. But from what we understand, from what we all heard on that interview, the lawyer signed the contract 1 hour before the deadline, and he got his client to sign it. So how are you going to be now fighting? How are you going to be taking a man's word for it when this thing is set out in stone and paper? And I'm not a lawyer. I'm saying you signed. So, am I to trust you? If Spencer said he's going to give me $1 million, if I was going in jail and Spencer said, yeah, I'm giving £1 million to your people when you're gone, you think I believe him?
He would believe me because he knows I'm going to do it.
Yeah. That's not even a good analogy to use. But
it's a disgusting one, to tell you the honest truth.
It's business. It's business. That's the point I'm making. And so, people can speak with forked tongues, but at the end of the day, that's the reason why there's a piece of paper there. And if you sign the paper, as Frank said, the person that should be getting sued is the lawyer. Anyway, Spencer, what's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts are quite simple. Frank Warren didn't lose that battle. He won that battle. And you know why I know he won that battle? Because I had to send him a WhatsApp and say, no, you're a bad man. You know what I mean? And man, no, I don't talk to Frank Warren for love nor money. So how it was is this. It was, if you exactly like your lawyer, was it Jonathan that said that to you, right? Like your Tunde's lawyer would turn around and say, how can you talk about a live case, on a live show? It's
let me just clear that, because there's a lot of people listening, and maybe including Jonathan. Jonathan never said nothing to me. He just sent me the video.
Cool.
No type of man in trouble.
So, but what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to put no one in trouble. I'm saying, how can you speak about something that is live and ongoing, right? So it's going to be a he said, she said match. And what made it worse, Frank Warren said, well, you are a liar. That's serious, right? And I know when somebody's being cornered, because I'm saying, if I'm going on live and I know I'm going up against Frank Warren, bro, you're a lawyer. You're meant to have your books, your things stack up here so you can just draw on bare dub plates to go mash up the place. But this man never not one. He never, listen, my master, you never know. He did have one special going into the thing, but we not even half of a special, bro. You know what I mean? I was watching that and saying, nah, you should have come with some dubs. I'm not saying like in his mind he ain't right. In his mind, he most probably is right. But what I'm saying is this: like Frank Warren said, did you sign the contract?
Yes, that's the point.
That's the point. So if I'm unhappy with certain things, I'm not signing the thing. As simple as that. I'm not signing it, but he signed it. So therefore, you signed it. And like he said, Dylan White should be suing you. But this, you know what this boils down to? This whole thing boils down to egos. Because end of the day, if you're my lawyer, I don't want you up front saying nothing on my behalf. You talk to me and drop your lawyer mind on me and let me use that to the public. You shouldn't have taken this on a public platform. But your ego surpassed your personality.
No, but Spencer, I've got one quick question.
Wait, because you don't have to like to mix in the little jokes.
Yeah.
Shanti, this man said this aunt is solid. Shuns, they're calling us auntie and uncles now, man. They're just trying to own us off. They're just owning us off. What's the matter with them? No, sorry. I had to just slip that in there.
Now, go on off the canvas. What are you saying, bro? What are you saying?
I've got one question, okay?
Go on.
Look, Eddie Hearn was not a part of this whole negotiation scene between Frank Warren and Dillian White's lawyer. Dillian White doesn't have another manager like a Sam Jones who looks after him necessarily. That I can see outward. Maybe there is somebody behind the scene that I've never seen. Maybe I could be speculated. But what would you say if Dillian White actually was the one who sent the lawyer in because he's the next best person to represent Dillian on his behalf in the public eye?
No, Dylan didn't have to send no lawyer in or nothing. The lawyer wanted to go in because he wanted exposure.
Sure.
And it was a trophy skin. So all I want is for Dylan to train hard and be ready for this fight. As George Foreman used to say, drink your milk, run your miles, and get ready to fight. Simple as that. Because regardless whether he sent the lawyer in or not, don't let your lawyer go in and be inadequate. And that lawyer came off second best. He did. He came off second best. Because a man was saying, no, Tun, that weren't even a TKO. That was a straight knockout, bruv.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Frank man, so I'm on that anyway. But don't you think this is all good promotion for the fight? Because Dylan ain't talking. I don't think Tyson Fury and himself can carry it. Yeah, he can do a few press conferences and talk about how many times can you do that? There needs to be more promotion. And I think all of this builds the fight without even the fighters doing it, because it is a talking point, hence why we're speaking about it this evening. But I'm with you, Spence. I believe Frank won that. You know, I believe he had the lawyer stuttering. He had the lawyer stuttering, and the lawyer came back with a few questions, but it boils down to one simple thing: did you sign the bout agreement? And that's what it is. He signed it.
Simple as that.
Escrow account, all of that should have been in, if you wanted it, should have been in the bout agreement and not just taken for a man's word, you know, because he doesn't need to do it. I know I can say firsthand, when we fought in Russia and we got the purse that we got, it was so large that it had to be deposited in an escrow account. And it was held in an escrow account. And it weren't no 42 million, but it was a couple. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple, but it was an escrow account. So, and it was in the bout agreement and the contract. So someone ain't done their job. And hence why I think Frank said, you know, the lawyer needs to be sacked. But yeah, that's my 2 pence. Spencer's giving his 2 pence. Shante is just looking at the psychological.
I'm looking at the psychological aspect, but I also wanted to show where they can have a resolution as well for the solution to help the mind focus. And I use a therapy called rapid transformational therapy, which involves a bit of hypnosis. And what we do, or what I do in that, is I help to set the scene in your mind. So, for instance, obviously you've got to do the work. You got to work hard to get where you need to be. But then, if you said, okay, to me that, you know, I want to have a world title, do you know what that's going to feel like? Do you know what it's going to look like? So I can set a scene in your mind based upon what you give to me, and I'll feed it back to you through, so say, a hypnosis that you listen to for like 21 days. And that then just helps to set the scene so you know what the big picture looks like and what you're working towards. And therefore your energy can drive and keep driving in that direction.
So where can people in general, not only boxers, where can you be contacted, Shots? You need to
on my Instagram through Mind Mastery Strategist. That's the best place actually, because my Facebook's quite noisy because I promote a lot of people on there. So on my Instagram, Mind Mastery Strategist, they can find me if they inbox me.
Get Gary to put that up, just the app, and yeah, we'll get that up. But again, great information from yourself this evening. Thank you all the runnies for the $8.99. We thought all the runnies was playing Yoruba music in the background, but we found out he weren't. But he says the fight is 4 weeks away. That interview on Brexit radio was just BS. To my earlier point, just to make the bouts, Tunde and Canvas did me dirty. Canvas less smart. Off the Canvas less smart. Cool, say nothing.
Nah, I'm out of shape, man.
Thank you for the donation, all the runnies, and yeah, it was a definite explosive interview, which we got from Frank and the lawyer. What's his name? Jeffrey Benz, I think.
Jeffrey Benz.
Yeah. Well, listen, we've gone over. It has been quite a good show, a very good show. You know, we had Richard RIAKPORHE on, winner of last night's contest.
There's a brother that done the Snapchat money, yeah? He asked about what fight did he ask about?
Wait, he done Snapchat and I didn't call it?
Who is he speaking about? Thank you very much. What was it? Boogaloo Unboxing. Because he donated money. What does he say? Did Henry Armstrong have? Because I remember you read it. So I was trying to think who was the fighter that he said, because it went out of my head. I was listening to about this Frank thing and everything else.
He said, did Henry Armstrong have 20 title fights in a 16-month period, Spencer? I heard Mike Tyson saying this, and who got the most in a year. So basically,
in world title fights.
Yeah, did Henry Armstrong have 20 title fights in a 60-month period?
He had 16. You know, Henry Armstrong famously was the first man ever to hold 3 world titles simultaneously. Right?
The knowledge.
1936, he becomes world featherweight champion. He moves up from featherweight up to welterweight and beats Barney Ross for the undisputed world welterweight crown. And then from there,
is someone eating peanuts in the thing? Hey, off the canvas, you having peanuts?
Nah, mate.
I heard some people cracking.
Bruv, off the canvas, you having them. Bruv, you're crackling nuts on the thing. What God?
No, I got.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing.
Bro,
I didn't know you guys could hear it. Hey,
Spencer, the man's cracking and monkeying us while you're giving us a boxing lesson. Nah. I've seen it all.
I didn't know you guys could hear
it all now.
No, it's actually you know the dairy milk. You know you like.
Man is cracking monkey nuts from Somalia on the show. Live, you know, bro, Gary. You're wrong. Gary, the man's cracking monkey nuts from Somalia on the show, live in the microphone. Man, bro, I don't know what's the matter with black people. What's the matter with us?
I'll beat myself.
Nah. Off the cameras, come on, man. Behave yourself, bro. Don't be cracking no monkey nuts on the show. We're not having that.
I thought nobody was hearing it. I swear.
Bro, no, we all heard it.
Shante, you see how my ears are sharp? You see, I hear them.
That was loud, though. I thought it was something wrong with the microphone or something.
Bro, this is the best show. This is the best show out there, but none. Anyway, sorry because we was really interrupted by off the canvas crunching Somali monkey nuts live on the thing. Anyway, continue what you were saying, Spencer. Yeah. Sorry, that one is definitely getting played back.
He had 12 world title fights, official world title fights, within 16 months. Yeah.
Yes.
But within that, he had non-title fights. But many times, like, because titles weren't fragmented then, but how they were fragmented is like you had the New York State for Athletic World Championship, You had the California Athletic World Championship. So in totality,
Yes, I'm sorry.
You know what?
That was crunching monkey.
Yo.
Oh my god! Spencer! Oh my god, snot come out my nose. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Sweat is coming from my forehead. Oh no, Gary. Gary, what is going on?
I need to stop.
Sean, it's like a man just go on Sky TV and start busting monkey nuts on Sky TV. Oh my god! Oh Jesus Christ! Oh please, God, help me tonight. Please help me, God, Jesus Christ. Spencer!
Oh God, sorry.
Spencer! The matchmaking monkey nuts on the show. Oh my God! Why? Off the canvas? Why? Please? Why? I'm trying to go to bed. Tonight. You're gonna make me be laughing in my sleep. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Only on this show can this happen. Only on this show. This can't happen on no other show.
Johnny Graffer, I will continue the story. But
sorry.
man was eating monkey nuts, don't worry.
Sorry.
I don't even know what they are. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so,
carry on.
I'm saying when you look at Henry Armstrong, here was a man in the 30s, won the World Featherweight Championship, moved up held the title as well, moved up to welterweight, won the World Welterweight Championship, then dropped down to lightweight to win the World Lightweight Championships, right? And then when he lost the weights down at the lower weight divisions, he never lost the weight that he had above him, and he continued, and he's ended up staying as a welterweight, and he went on to have 20 consecutive wins. I think it was in about 18 months, not 16 months, but I'm doing this from my head top. I'm not reading from nothing. I think it was that. But then in 1940, he fights the world middleweight champion. Check this out. This guy was a lightweight, you know. He fights the world middleweight champion in Seferino Garcia, who famously he popularized the bolo punch. Seferino Garcia. He fights Seferino Garcia in 1940, and they give it a draw. But really and truly, he beat Seferino. He beat him. So when you're talking about Henry Armstrong was a very, very serious fighter called Homicide Hank, Hurricane Hank. The man, Joe Frazier, tried to copy his style. He would just come forward and he would be swinging. One of the greatest, many people have him down as the greatest fighter of all time. One of the greatest fighters of all time, an incredible guy. And I'm glad that Mike Tyson has said these things so man can really go and check these things, because I'm telling you, he was serious, bro.
Research.
Yep. All the Ronnies, thank you for your 449. Spence, I need to hear a technical breakdown of Pernell Whitaker's fights. Best. You know what? We've done this before. We've done Pernell before. I remember, I would say to anybody, if you want to watch Pernell Whitaker, you want to have that wow moment, go to August of 1989 when he beats Jose Luis Ramirez. There's a couple fights that I've watched where I've said I've seen genius. That fight there, that was genius what I saw. There's a couple fights that I've seen. And the reason why I got to rate him is because 14 months prior to that, he fought Jose Luis Ramirez in France, and he loses on points. He got jobbed, but he loses on points. So, and how he's come back from that, I'll say Pernell Whitaker's one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time. And not only that, if you're not an out and out heavy-handed puncher, man, like no anti-yard, them kind of demonic punching powers, if you ain't got that, if you look at those guys who are skillsers, and we saw it demonstrated by Maxi Hughes yesterday, they apply a lot of work to the body. So they're physically strong, it's just that they ain't got that killer one-punch knockout power. But try to push those guys back. They'll jerk you up around the midsection. So yeah, Pernell Whitaker, one of the great ones as well. But I could talk history all day long. And what I'm trying to say, Tunde's not here for 3 weeks.
Yes.
So it's going to be more history. It's going to be more invites to you guys to jump on, like to keep me company, to keep this going, because consistency is the key. They can't fool us because that's how it goes. So even though like Tunde's still going to be there in spirit, and every now and then he made us jump on when I can try and pressure him. But one thing I know for certain, when he goes into camp, that is exactly what he does.
And nobody don't message me on. Nobody don't message me on Instagram because I ain't answering.
Yeah, John Smith, you will get more knowledge. I swear down, you will get more knowledge. I'm gonna do more fight breakdowns. I'm gonna drag on loads of old time historians as well, so I can talk the game with him. And I'm wearing the old guard. I'm gonna get the old guard. I'm gonna get guys like Freddie Burkham, former head editor for the boxing at the News of the World. I'm gonna get guys like Colin Hart. These are all old guard. Jeff Powell from the Independent. I'm gonna get all of these old writers.
Yeah, remember Jeff? Jeff's still about though.
Yeah, he's still about. Yeah, but I'm gonna get all these old guys to talk. I was got to teach them how to use this Zoom thing because they ain't got a clue, right? But
yeah, that's so old.
True. It's like I said to Colin, "Oh, Spencer, I ain't got a clue. Ring me when Cindy's about." I said, "Don't worry, man." But yeah, it's important to this history is our future, and our future is our history, and it does repeat. But then certain times we've got to break certain things. As Mind Mastery, I remember when she did a talk down for Peckham BMX, and she was saying about intergenerational curses and breaking that chain. See, I listen. You said that about 4 years ago, but I still listen when people talk.
Come on.
My memory's nuts like that. Ask Sunday. So, like I'm saying to people, we just got to keep on pushing forward. I am grateful. I don't even know how many people's in the live. I don't know how many. Right. I'm grateful for you guys jumping on your Sunday and spending it with us. Do you know what I mean? That is important. So big up to Off the Canvas. Big up to Mind Mastery Strategist. Big up to my brother from another mother. I'm going to miss Tunde over the time where he's not going to be around. But the thing about it is this, I need a break from him anyway because this man puts me in trouble certain times.
Come on. Spence, been great. Another great show. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this lovely Sunday evening. It's been a blast. We had jokes. We got the knowledge. From the knowledge, we got mind mastery strategy from the lovely Shante. She's not an auntie. Well, she is an auntie, but she's just Shante to us. So, man, don't say this auntie is solid.
I'm a grandma anyway, so they can say
your grandma. Wow. And happy Mother's Day to you.
Are you your grandma, yeah? Are you grandma?
Yeah,
She just look young, man. You know, black, blue, and crack.
Yes, but all is still it, Tunde.
Wow.
So happy Mother's Day to you, Shance, and thank you. The people have already said you need to come back on air again, educate us. You know, education is the key. Also, Spence, just touching on what you said about the old guards. Remember, where we come from, we respect the old people. Respect your elders, because your elders are your living box recs, encyclopedias. You've got it. They're under your roof, so you have to respect them because there's nothing that you have seen that they ain't seen. So respect the older people. You can get a lot of information from them because they've got the T-shirt, they've worn it, and so always respect that. So big up to Jeff Powell, Colin Hart, all the legends, the boxing scribes. Respect them. Respect Spencer Fearon, the knowledge. But brother, sometimes I just sit down. I've known this guy for so many years, and you know he is literally a walking box rec. So yeah. Great having everyone here off the canvas. Don't worry about Spencer calling you a young gun, bro. Some of the
you said my peeps are older than him.
the future comes from the young, so we always respect you as well. So
That's-
yeah, thank you everyone. Have a great rest of the night. God bless to everyone. And we end by saying, dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down. Join me this week because I'll be doing something this week. Maybe Wednesday, maybe Wednesday I'll be doing something, and away we go. Peace to fingers